plowman who's working, he decided to take a break. He puts his plow down, sets his arm on the plow, and starts thinking about his life. It wasn't going so well for him. Things weren't going well for a while. And in the distance, he sees an older woman walking towards him. As she comes to him, she says, "You would do well by listening to me." And he said, "What is it that you want me to hear?" And she said, "Put your plow down, grab an axe, and walk 2 days straight into the forest, and you will find a tree, the tallest tree in the forest, overtowering all the other trees. Chop it down, and good fortune will be with you." He said, "Thank you. I will consider that." Took his plow, went home, put the plow down, got an axe, gave his wife a kiss, and headed out to the forest, walking 2 days straight. He came to the tree that was towering over all the trees, and he started chopping it down. Nest falls out, 2 eggs roll and crack out. One egg had an eagle in it, baby eagle, and the other egg had a gold ring. The baby eagle stretches, he stretches, and as he stretches, he's growing. He stretches, with each stretch, he's growing and growing and growing until he's, life-size. Thank you, dear friend, for freeing me. You are an honest man, and as my reward, take this ring. This is a very special gold ring. Put it on your finger, roll it around, and you get one wish. One wish, anything your heart desires will come true. But sir, beware. That wish, use your wish wisely. He said, "Thank you very much." Takes the ring, put it on his finger, twisting it around, and starts walking home. It's nighttime now. It's getting to be nighttime, and he passes a goldsmith's shop. He goes into the shop, it's still open, and he asks the goldsmith, "What is the value of this ring?" And the goldsmith's looking at it, and he's like, "Not very valuable, sir. This ring is not very valuable." And he said, "You are mistaken. This ring is worth more than everything in your shop. This gives you one wish, anything your soul, your heart so desires." And the goldsmith said, "Let me look at that ring one more time." And he's looking at it. He said, "Forget about the ring. You need supper and you need sleep. Let me help you." He put his ring back on, eats supper, goes to sleep. The goldsmith sneaks in. He forged the ring. He pulls it off of his hand ever so slightly. He has no idea. The plowman's still snoring away. Switches the ring. The plowman wakes up in the morning. He's walking out. He gets his clothes on and leaves right away because he wants to get back to his wife. The goldsmith's looking. He shuts the door. He locks it. He closes all of the shades. And he makes his wish straight away. "I wish for hundreds of thousands of souvenirs. I wish for hundreds of thousands of souvenirs." And all of a sudden, hitting him all over his body. Souvenirs falling from the sky, falling into his house, knocks him down to the ground, continues to pile on, the floor caves in, and the goldsmith dies. Meanwhile, the plowman's carrying on with his ring on his merry way. He makes it home 2 days later. He talks to his wife. He tells her the whole entire story. And she's thinking, well, let's buy a farm. Let's wish for a farm. Our place is so small right now. We can't even afford to feed ourselves. And he said, "That's a wonderful idea. But what if we work really hard for a year? What if we save every penny we have? Only use what we have to. Then we can buy it, and we can save that wish for something else that's even more important." And she said, "That's a good idea. Let's do it." A year later, they bought their farm, and now it's time for them to make their wish. He's spinning it around. What should we wish for? What should we wish for? And she said, how about some livestock, some chickens and pigs for our farm? And he said, "That's a wonderful idea, honey. But what if we just work for it for a year? We save everything like we did for the farm, and then we can save that wish for something else that's even more important." And she said, "You're right. Let's do it." And this carried on for years and years and decades. And he still had his ring, and he was so happy. He lived a very fulfilled life. She lived a very fulfilled life. They eventually died. They never had their wish, but they were so happy, and they had everything they needed. On the other side, there's a story of 3 wishes. A poor, lazy old man. He's going into the forest. He needs to get some money, so he's going to chop down a tree. He's looking for the easiest tree to chop down. He sees a tree that looks hollow, a little dead. It's going to be easy to chop down. Walks over the tree, takes his axe, and he starts axing away. All of a sudden, what are you doing? A fairy jumps out of the tree. What are you doing? I'm chopping down the tree. I need to feed my family. This is my home. Can you find another tree? I suppose I can. I can go over yonder and find another tree. Fine. Picks up his axe and starts walking it away. And the fairy says, wait, wait. You're a good man. You've helped me. You've saved my home. For this, I'm giving you 3, not 6, 3 wishes. Anything you and your wife desire, your wishes will come true. The man said, this is curious. Okay. Takes his axe, goes home to talk to his wife and tells her. And they're thinking, she's pacing around, she's pacing. What should we wish for? How about millions of pots of gold? How about a big, gigantic farm? How about a mansion with 4 kids? Yes. But I'm hungry. Can we eat first and then make our first wish? She said, okay. So she goes and she's cooking and she's making the food. And he's like, oh, I'm so hungry. I wish we had some sausage. The house starts shaking. The windows start rattling. And down through the chimney, out of the chimney, a gigantic sausage. He's like, oh my God. And his wife is like, oh, what did you do? What did you do? You used to wish on a sausage! You idiot! You fool! I wish that sausage was attached to your nose! Sausage attached to his nose. Gigantic sausage. What did you do, wife? Whoa, help me get it off! What did you do? And she's like, it won't come off! And he's like, now we need to use our last wish. We need to use the last wish to take this thing off of me. No! Honey, please no! Let's wish for pots of gold and we'll have him surgically remove the sausage. No! I can't even walk with this thing. I can't even walk with it. I refuse. Fine! And he wishes the sausage off of his nose. And it's on the floor. They're both upset, but she cooks the sausage. They eat it. They're like, oh. She's like, oh, there's nothing more I could wish for than a full stomach, at least. And they're still not happy, but in the end, our behaviors and our choices have consequences. We can use them to build our relationships up. We can use them to tear our relationships down. Thank you.